Good morning, everybody. It is February 15th, and here's your plan of attack. So, I know it's a little bit later than normal. I wanted to wait for our economic data to come out. So I give you some actual ideas after the price action unfolds. And you can see this morning that, so we had our Empire State Manufacturing Index come out, unemployment claims, and I think that is all for today. And then I believe Wednesday, oh, sorry, not Wednesday. What do we have going on tomorrow? Yeah, there, core PPI. All right, that will probably move things around as well. All right, but as far as the data today, it's out, and I wanted to wait to let it shake around a bit, and then we could talk about potential levels we could look at taking action on. All right, so first thing I want to do is I want to pull this chart up. All right, so we had so there was 9.3 million late sell prints here, right? I'll change the color of that. So that is a relatively decent level worth watching. It was $500.86, which occurred. The selling unfolded on this day. That hit the tape this day, which caused a flush. And all we did was come down to these large. Anything greater than 10 million late prints is worth noting, and there is some right here at 12.3. We hit it. We balanced and we oscillated around this relatively large level here, a conjunction of 2, and that is actually right where we stalled day before yesterday. And then yesterday's prints were pretty light as 5.3 million late prints, which occurred right here. And this is a good little example of how it works. You see how the SPY wasn't even trading there today? And that's because they were buying right here. And then and they're hitting the tape yesterday right here. So now we're rallying. Cool. So we're rallying up close to this level. It's worth watching to see if we could get above it. If not, this might be the box we're in, at least for today. So 586 on the SPY down to basically a little below, basically at 494, potentially. But that's just looking at the dark pool volume. It does look like it's getting stalling here and wants to go lower. And I'll explain more as far as like why it potentially wants to pull back. So this is just big picture, some dark pool levels worth watching. Nothing's hitting the tape yet to know exactly where they potentially are entering the market today. Now, if we're looking at the ES, I use the ES instead of SPX right here because it allows me to see the overnight price action. I can see volume profile and VWAP, and SPX does not allow that. So now that we're here, all right, so we flushed down, hit these dark pool prints, daily 21 EMA, whatever you want to call it, that caused the spike. We bounced up. This HVA right here lines up with this point of control now, makes sense. We bounce there, but nonetheless, you see the cloud is green, and then we have pushed higher above the daily 5, the daily 8, and then this HVA right here is right where we're stalling, which is this grayed area right here, which makes sense on why we would stall here. I want to change it to yellow, that'd be easier to see. Okay, right, HVA. High value area, high volume area, whatever you want to call it. So we're at an area of interest where we're looking for price to stall, which is, and it's also the current day's point of control. That's what this line is right here. That's the largest volume per the transaction, and we're below it. So all that being said, how can we trade off this? We know that there are dark pool prints about up here, a large one that we're going to have to get above. Actually, no, it's a little bit higher than that, I believe. It has 586, so that might be about right. Okay, so if we're there, we're currently below point of control, we're at the VWAP, we're at the 30-minute EMA, and we know that there is going to be volume-based support down here. So there's a few ways to trade this, and it's going to be a little bit different than normal, but this is how I want to look at this. All right, so if we're here at the how can I call this? Not the pillar, but the pivot point, right? We're at the daily point of control as of right now against this HVA, and we're near those last late sell prints. It could be one last little rally before it potentially pulls back more. I don't know. But since we are here and we're breaking the 30-minute 21 EMA and VWAP, what might happen is we're going to come, if we come down, so we bounce here, then we rally up here again. I would look to take the short, But I would say be cautious, or just put cautious in this little zone here, because if we come back to here, we may stall, and then we get a buy arrow, and then look to take it back up. Because we might just be stuck in these boxes like that. And if we do break out to the upside, there's this up here. But, so hopefully that makes sense. So let's just quickly recap that, because I know it's a little bit different. All right, so here's the point of control. This is the bearish scenario. We're already breaking below. So we rally up to the 30-minute 21 EMA or VWAP, and then we'll take it down and just watch this area to where you might want to lock up your position. Or if you get your signals to lock up position or lock up your position in this area, then that is what I would consider worth doing, because this is this HVA. It's last week's point of control. That's what that level is, and it's right here at the daily 5. And if I erase this, you see this green line right here? That's what this line is right here. So you see it's right smack in the middle of the last week's high value area and the point of control. So if we do go short from that level, that could be a level we're shorting into here. But now that once you're here, and if you start to get buy signals, it wouldn't be too bad to play the reversion there, to play that bounce for a move higher, potentially back into VWAP at that moment, right? So boom, you locked it up. And now if you do get buy signals and the 30-minute, or sorry, the 60-minute 50 EMA may even be like right here, potentially in that area. And then it'll say boom, and then you can look to potentially to play the bounce. So that is one short. Watch for a potential bounce here, then take it back up. Now, what about the bullish scenario? Say this flush never occurs. Well, say we're going to oscillate right here. We're going to go back up to point of control, and then we're going to pull back probably really quickly. And then after that, VWAP will probably be like right there. And then from that, you can play the, excuse me. All right, my bad. I had a cough there for a second. Okay, so if we that's there, and then you can play the push up and then watch this area, because this is another HVA, which is this right here. All right, boom. So that's the two little ways. If you go short, I mean, the reason I am cautious on the downside is because we're above the cloud, everything is trending higher. This would be nothing more than a quick little flush into an HVA area, and then the high value area. So you look for it to pause and potentially bounce. And if it does bounce, you can lock it up at VWAP. All right, so that is kind of the two plays there that I'll be looking for. So I'll go ahead and do a quick recap here. So if we're going to flush, down, bounce, boom, lock it up, bam. Now, if reversal signals happen in the zone, if reversal signals don't happen in the zone, then just hold on, Now from here, say you get a buy arrow. All right, cool, bam. You could at least play it to VWAP. So and why VWAP is because that's where the balance of buyers and sellers is. That's the high probability trade. You go from here to here, bam. Now say that doesn't happen. Say we oscillate here. It's going to pop up to point of control, pull back to VWAP real quick, and then push. And if that's the case, hold on until you get reversal signals. You could actually, it may happen right here. And if it does break through and then come up to here, that's the target to go there. So two potential bullish area scenarios, one bearish, and then I'll keep an eye out for potential sideways. But typically when we get economic data, the sideways play is the hard play. So therefore, it's best to get directional on economic data days. But we'll see what happens. This is my plan right now. But I hope everyone has an awesome day. Be patient, wait for your signals, and good luck out there. Everyone take care, and see you again tomorrow.